So I went to the doctor this morning. Doctor said to me, mate, I've got some bad news for you. I've got some good news and some bad news. I said, oh, wow. What's the bad news? He said, bad news is you've got dementia. I went, oh, my God. I said, what the hell is the good news? He said, 5 minutes from now, you'll have forgotten everything about this conversation.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, Dalen.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Little old lady.
Little old lady who?
Little old lady who?
What kind of a bagel can fly? A plain bagel.
What? Very quickly, what do you call a guy with a spade in his head? Doug.
What do you call a man with a shovel on his head? Doug. What do you call a man without a shovel on his head? Douglas.
What do you call a fish with no eyes? Fish. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea.
There's a guy walking down the street, and there's a bar that he's walked by a number of times. But this particular time, he hears people out on the patio, and they're out on the patio just cracking up, and he figures they've maybe had a few too many to drink. So anyway, he hears them across the fence, and they're all going, 21, 21, 21. He has no idea what that means. Are they playing, blackjack or what's going on in there? So there's a little knothole in the fence, and he goes up to it, and he sticks his eye in, and as soon as he does, he gets nailed by a bunch of water from a hose. And he backs up, and he listens again over the fence, and they're going, 22, 22, 22.
I don't do jokes. I don't do the clean ones. Take care.
This is my favorite Guamanian joke, and I can say a Guamanian joke because my wife is from Guam, and I figure I'm not going to offend anyone else. So, Cowboy and his Guamanian sidekick are on the back of their chair. I got pause it. What's it called? The
chariot, motorcycle?
No, cowboys. What would a cowboy be on?
Horse.
I don't know, but it's the
Carriage.
not carriage. No, what do you call the thing that's the spin?
Wagon.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready again. So, a cowboy and the Guamanian sidekick are on their wagon, and they're riding with all their supplies to get to the fort to protect the fort from the Indians. And so the cowboy says to his Guamanian sidekick, "How close are they? How close are the Indians to us?" He looks back, goes, "I don't know." He goes, "Well, how big are they?" He goes back, goes, "They're about this big." He's okay. They're far enough away. They're not going to get to us, so they're going as fast as they can. He says, "How big are they now?" He looks back, goes, "They're like this big." He goes, "Okay, good. We should have plenty of time to get to the fort and save the people." Riding along as fast as they can. All of a sudden, he goes, "How big are they now?" And he goes, He goes, "What's wrong?" He says, "They're like this big." He says, "Well, pull out your gun and start shooting them." He says, "I can't. I've known them since they were this big."
All right, so a string walks into a bar, orders a drink. Bartender looks across the bar and says, "Hey, we don't serve strings here." String walks outside the bar, ties himself in a knot, puts his hair all crazy, walks back in. Bartender walks up to the bar and says, "Bartender, I want a drink." Bartender looks at him, he goes, "Hey, aren't you that string that came in here earlier?" He goes, "No, I'm afraid not."